Welcome back, everybody. Today I am interviewing a local gentleman that is well known in the area, but also I think loves to be outdoors as much as he does indoors.
Yeah.
And I'd like you guys to get to know him a little bit more. And if you would, sir, introduce yourself for us.
So my name's Luke Taylor. My grandfather started our business in 1951, and we've been around this area for a long time.
Yeah,
We love St. Augustine. We enjoy it, and continue to brand our family name in the community.
absolutely. So you were born here, correct?
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
So Northeast Florida boy.
Yep.
Like to know a little bit more about what it was like growing up here and things you got into when you were a kid.
Well, growing up here, it was awesome.
Yeah, I
Like we
believe
were
it.
kind of talking about off camera, it was miles and miles of nothing but woods.
Sure.
So when we grew up, we rode four wheelers, hunting squirrels. We were outside from daylight till dark.
Sure.
It was just a country way of living, and that's how we lived our life. And we respected people. We caught and shot our food, and it's just I would say a more laid back way of life
Awesome.
than what we see today.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I would imagine. Did you
yeah.
spend a lot of time at the beach, or were you more in the woods?
I was a woods guy, woods
Yeah, of
kid. We did go to the beach, just because of St. Augustine,
course.
and you always want to go to the beach, but the beach was never really my forte.
Okay.
I had a lot of friends that would like the beach, but if it was up to me, I'd be fishing somewhere in the pond or in the
Sure.
river or intercoastal or be out chasing some kind of animal in the woods.
Saltwater, freshwater,
All of it.
all of it. Huh?
Yeah,
I like
all
it.
of it. When I was younger, it was probably more freshwater, just because it's more entertaining. You catch more fish.
Sure.
You don't have to load up the boat and all that. You just go pond hopping, and wherever you seen body of a pond or a body of water, you just threw your Zepco out and you went fishing and caught fish. So
Yep, I do know.
my grandpa taught me how to freshwater fish, and he had a pond at his house, and we'd go there and catch 20, 30 bass every time we went out. So it was that's what we did.
Of course. So fishing and hunting,
Right.
does it kind of just based off the time of year as what you chose, which one you like better? Or I know you said
Yeah.
fishing a lot, but
Yeah.
I know hunting was a big part of it too.
Right.
So
Right. So, you got a lot of people that'll call you a part timer because you only fish in certain times and you only hunt in certain times.
sure.
But, um, growing up, that's how we fed our families. You know what I mean? So that's what we did. We didn't go out to eat. We didn't, you know what I mean? Nowadays, you take your kids out to eat all the time. And, back in the day, McDonald's was a treat,
Sure.
now it's an everyday thing for these kids. But
Unfortunately, yeah.
yeah, so we didn't have all the money in the world, so we caught what we ate, and we killed what we needed to eat, and that's how we lived.
Yeah.
That's we didn't have a lot of money, so that's what we relied on. So yes, back to your question, when it was hunting season, typically your hunting season is September through around January, depending on if you're in Florida, you're in Georgia, and if you're hunting with bow or you're hunting with a gun. So we would always hunt from September to January.
Okay.
After January, we'd have a little bit of downtime, and then and we're in Florida, so March, April, you start getting hotter weather. That's when we start fishing.
Fishing. Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, we kind of did it by seasons. Yeah, but
So speaking of trout, are you more of an intercoastal,
I
kind of
am,
hit the creeks and
I am.
get up in there?
Yes. I fish only intercoastal.
Nice.
My dad would go offshore, and a lot of my buddies go offshore, but that's not for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I don't do good with seasickness, so
Yeah,
I tend to stay inshore myself.
yeah,
So
man. I wasn't made with gills, so I stay inshore. If I can't swim to an oyster bar, I'm not going.
yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable. Mullet.
Yep,
Yep.
yeah. That's what.
Catch your own and use it.
Yeah, I take some buddies fishing quite often. Maybe that never gone intercoastal waterways, and we grew up fishing any kind, but we grew up North River, Volano.
Okay. Sure.
We call it the North River. A lot of locals will know what that means. We go out there, and that's where I grew up. I know every part of that intercoastal waterway. Like back of my hand, I can go out there at any time and catch a fish.
Nice.
So,
That's awesome.
and I actually took a buddy of mine recently, just started becoming friends over the last couple of years. and he asked me to take him fishing. So we took him, and he had never seen somebody get out of the boat with a cast net and go catch bait. So he's asking me, what are you doing, man? Why are we doing this? You know what I mean? Why don't they have bait at the store?
Yeah.
I said, sure. If you don't want to catch no fish, go get you
Right.
some bait at the store. And that's how we grew up.
Sure.
You go catch your own bait, and that's to me, that's still the best bait there is.
Yep.
We went out last Saturday, me and my brother-in-law, Jeremy Robshaw, and we caught a bunch of redfish.
Nice.
And that's just, if you know how to do something and you're successful at it,
Keep on
why
doing it.
change it?
All right, going back to a statement you had made, bow hunting
Right,
and regular guns.
right.
You do a lot of bow hunting as well?
I used to when I was younger.
Sure. Okay.
I had a lot more time. Bow hunting is very, very difficult.
Seems like it.
And in Florida, a lot of people don't understand this because a lot of your bow hunters from out west, right?
Sure.
It's big bow hunting out west, um, maybe middle, like Missouri or something like that. A lot of them bow hunt, and they don't understand. Oh, y'all shoot guns down in the South, y'all, not real hunters and stuff like that. But it's like, man, this is swamp.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? This is not acres and thousands of acres of open field with
Open flat land.
yeah,
Yeah,
with
sure.
one little strand running through it. I mean, where the deer's got to lay then, and makes it
Mm.
pretty easy. But we have hundreds of thousands of miles of swamp, and in the swamp it's thick cover, briars, and
Sure.
on top of that you got mosquitoes and bugs and snakes, and it's just,
We got it all,
yeah,
baby.
we got it all. So it's not, open royal. It's swampland,
Sure.
and deer season, bow season down here is still 90 degrees.
Mm.
So when you're hunting down here with a bow, it's hot.
Mm.
So you're sweating, and then you got mosquitoes everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So, and then you don't have the biggest deer. So to me, it wasn't worth it anymore. As I grew up and got kids and running a business, it's just, you're not going out there hunting at 180 class whitetail. You're hunting, you know, 13-inch wide 8 point if you're lucky.
Mm.
So to me, it's just not really worth it no more.
Ask you a couple of kind of rapid fire questions
Sure.
here. Craziest animal you've ever hunted? Anywhere, not necessarily here, just anywhere on any hunting
I
trip.
would say the most intense, um, careful you have to be is hog hunting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Um, because they can rip you up, man. They rip your dog up. They rip you up. You got to be careful. A lot of times when you're hog hunting, you're, like I said, you're walking through swamps, waist deep water, moccasins,
Sure.
and then you get a big old nasty boar hog with tusks like that.
Sure.
If you're,
They're nasty.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they get mean. So if you don't know what you're doing, you can get hurt and you can die out there. So when I was younger, probably 16 to 20, that's what we did. We hunted hogs with dogs.
Yep.
So, and we got after it, and a lot of times it's at night.
Ooh.
So it's scary,
Yeah.
and
Sure.
you got to be in shape and you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
If not, you can get hurt bad.
Sure.
So I would say definitely say a hog.
Favorite place to go hunting?
So my favorite place is always going to be in the dogwoods. I'm a dog hunter,
Okay.
true to heart. I love all kind of hunting, and don't look down on anything, and I was raised hound hunting,
Okay.
and a lot of people don't understand it, like we talked about earlier, they don't understand bow hunting, they don't understand hound life,
Sure.
they think it may be cheating, or, a lot of people think, hey man, you turn your dogs out, you're just a bunch of lazy rednecks, you turn your dogs out, your dogs go catch a deer and bring it back to you, man. uh,
That's not what it's about.
that's not it, man. It's
Sure.
just it's just another way. And hound hunting's been around since the beginning of time. It's
Absolutely.
actually the first kind of hunting.
Sure.
Anybody that's had or trained a puppy knows how difficult that is.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
on top of that, I mean, you're training multiple puppies to trail game,
Mm.
to find it, to locate it, to bark, and it's hundreds of hours in a
Sure.
dog to train it. And, on top of what we do as hunters, we drag roads before, we feed the deer all year. We do all kind of stuff. And it's always been my favorite. That's what I grew up with. And it's just, trying to let people know that it's awesome, you know.
What dog would you recommend for it? What's your
Walker,
favorite? What,
Walker,
a walker?
Walker Hound.
Walker hound.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's some people have blue ticks, some people have Walker Hounds, some people have beagles.
Is there a breeder you'd like to maybe give a shout out to? Or
Most of your good hound hunters will breed their own.
okay,
They get a bloodline. If you get a good dog, you have a good bloodline. You continue that with
cool,
maybe like hog hunters. We hunt in groups. So say you had a good female dog that was your best dog, and I had a good male dog. We would breed those and keep the bloodline
sure,
going, and then train the puppies.
absolutely,
So
cool.
that's kind of how that works. If I still got a bloodline passed down from my grandfather.
Oh wow,
So, and
sure,
he's 11 years old now, so he's getting old, but I have puppies off of him still too. So, if you got a good dog, you want to keep that bloodline going,
sure,
and a lot of people don't give dogs what they need. They say this dog ain't as good, but did you train him? Did you
right,
did you do what you're supposed to do?
right.
So,
You put the effort in.
did you put the effort in?
Sure,
So, hound hunting is near and dear to my family. It's in my blood. It's what we do, and it's just maybe bringing attention to exactly what it is to
sure.
other people that don't know, that don't have dog hunting. They come from different backgrounds.